Dudes and dudettes, how are you guys? This is Chazzy and welcome back to The Mixer, the segment of this channel where I give you guys all sorts of detailed analyses from all walks of life. I will talk about people, places, animals, food, sports, traveling, the whole 9 yards. Hence why it's called The Mixer. I like to mix things up here, and that's why this playlist has over 200 freaking videos. So many damn mixers, holy freaking crap. I have done a lot of these and there are a lot more to come. I have been doing more What's the Damage lately, because I've been trying to kind of fill up that playlist a bit more. What the hell is going on outside, man? There's some kind of construction somewhere near here, and now I feel like the guys are probably executing somebody and burying the body. I don't know. Unfortunately, there might be a little bit of audio interference. There's construction in the background. There's dogs barking, but I have to record this video today because I'm already late behind schedule. That I try to give you guys 2 videos every Sunday, so I gotta get through it. Now, today's video is gonna be a concept vlog, which is a term that I coined on my channel. That is a vlog where I just come here and talk to you guys about a specific topic, with little to no editing. It's literally just the intro, the video with the background music, and then the outro, Usually there aren't any photos or videos, and I know that you guys are probably bored of these videos, you probably prefer the ones where I actually get more in depth and talk in robust detail about stuff with a bunch of text showing up on screen, and then there's the videos and the photos and stuff and whatnot, If you know, you know. If you don't know, you don't know. You gotta subscribe to Chazzy and get all the notifications. And why am I suddenly having some kind of weird cerebral palsy? I don't know. But anyway, there is a reason why I've been doing a few more concept vlogs usually lately. It's because I'm a little behind schedule and they are a little bit easier to produce, And I did so many more complicated videos when I was still doing the Star Wars stuff. But there will be better stuff coming, don't worry. But I actually really want to talk about today's topic, which is pretty much the title of the video, basically the importance of cultural respect or cultural appropriation or appreciation, whatever the hell you want to call it, and whatever the hell I'm going to title this video, I am a person who's very connected to different cultures. I love researching different countries and what they do, their customs and their traditions, especially Asia. You guys might not know this, but I live in Brazil right now, but I actually grew up in the United States, so for a lot of my life, pretty much half of my life, there has been a divided sense of culture. So I actually experienced culture shock a lot when I first went to America as a kid, and even more so when I came back here as an adolescent, or a teenager. And to this day, I still feel like there are certain culture shocks around me because a few years ago, like around 4 years ago, so I came to live in São Paulo, so a different state in Brazil, which is completely different from Rio de Janeiro, where I spent many years. So I've had quite a fair share of culture shocks in my life, and I actually think it's really aggravating sometimes because I can understand it when you go to a different country or visit a different state, there will be things that you will see that you're not used to, but the way that I experienced it firsthand was very, very, a little painful at times and very awkward and embarrassing, and some of the things I had to kind of learn the hard way, make mistakes and face public harassment before I understood what I did wrong. So it actually started to ingrain this thing in my head, that I actually try to use a lot today, which is to put in a lot of research into a country or a state before you visit it, even if it's a different city altogether. If you go somewhere, if you travel to a foreign land unprepared and just deal with it the way that you I don't know, let's say that you improvise and you believe you don't really put in any research into the culture and just behave any way you want to and pretty much be yourself from your own country, you're gonna face a lot of issues with the locals. And believe me, I know a thing or two about facing issues with the locals, the freaking localities and the locals and the local, like I see all my time. Basically, what I'm trying to say is that I have faced a few times in my life, more times than I would have liked to have happen, where I go to a foreign place, whether it's an entirely different city or a whole other country or a whole other state, like for example, Rio de Janeiro and São Paulo, but also Minas Gerais when I went there, there are moments where you as a tourist go to a certain place without knowing the customs and how the people behave and how they act and talk, and you just be yourself from your own neck of the woods, and that actually leads to some embarrassment, I have faced this before, deservedly so. I admit that I looking back on it, I have made a few mistakes. Maybe I should have been a little bit more, respectful and like wary of the culture, you know. But the thing is that I agree with how I was treated, you know, in the past, because since then I've gotten older and matured and become like a fountain of research. You know, I like to always study different things and learn as much as I can. And so, like, I actually don't blame the person who mistreats the tourist that they believe misbehaved in a way, you know, that just came off as offensive to them. Like, for example, if you are from anywhere in the world but Japan and you go and visit Japan and you know that they're in general a very kind of like you can't generalize, of course, but it does seem like the vast majority are very close-knitted and like they're kind of closed off from the world, which of course does come from the olden days back in the war, you know, when Japan spent about 200 years, you know, like isolated from the rest of the world and just living amongst themselves, you know. But I understand that they within themselves, they are a very interesting culture to observe, you know. But when you go there as a foreigner, you really should be careful because you can get shunned very quickly and easily, you know. A lot of the Japanese seem to look down on foreigners, you know, or not really look down, but they just see them as literal aliens, you know. So I think that maybe South Korea is a little bit more open, and China even more so because of the commerce and stuff. But the thing is that you have to put research into a country before you visit, so you know how to act and you know how to speak and you know how to behave. I think act and behave are synonyms, but you guys get the point, you know. So me, for example, I would love to visit Japan and South Korea. Those are the two countries that I most would like to visit one day, and I spend hours sometimes studying about their culture online, you know, whether it's through Wikipedia or other sources, or I watch YouTube videos, I watch documentaries and movies, you know. I try to consume as much as I can so I can learn as much as I can. I've even been studying Japanese for a while now. Even tried to start Korean recently, but it's been a little tough. I can't really, you know, balance both of those languages at the same time, you know. But that's what I'm trying to say, you know. I have cultural respect, you know. I always try really, really hard to understand how a certain culture works before I even conceive the idea of ever going to that country or talking with somebody who is from that country, you know. I live in a small town in Sao Paulo, you know. Believe I recorded this video here talking about it last year, you know, talking about living here in Mairiki, Sao Paulo. It's a very small town with 60,000 inhabitants, and there's actually, the city itself was founded by the Japanese, you know, they were founded by Japanese immigrants, so there is a very strong Japanese presence here in the city, you know, and I have actually learned a great deal from them over the years of living here, and I observe firsthand how close knitted they are amongst themselves and how they don't really mingle too much with outside society, you know. And when they do, it seems like they're kind of forcing, you know, it's like they're a little uncomfortable. But still, that's just the thing, you know. If you don't, I actually made the mistake a few years ago of not having cultural respect for them, and I was publicly shunned by all of them. So I'm still picking up the fragmented pieces of that broken and shattered, you know, thing some years ago, and it's really tough. It's really tough, you know, and you can't just go to a country that you know nothing about and think that you're going to be able to act like yourself. And like, for example, Brazilians are the best and worst example of this, because they always go to foreign countries and they forget that they're not in Brazil anymore. They go there and they think that it's nice to be friendly and open and hug and kiss everybody, you know, and talk loud in public spaces, you know, and that starts to draw attention to them and give us a bad fame, you know, because sometimes all it takes is one person to give an entire nation bad fame. We have seen many times before. So like, although I am Brazilian, I was raised in America, so it's like I don't really feel like I belong here in this country, so I can have a lot more respect than the regular Brazilian citizen, you know. But sometimes, of course, my Brazilian side, which does exist, unfortunately, it kind of slips out, you know, it comes out to play. But still, as long as you don't do anything overly disrespectful in a foreign country, I mean, you're pretty much okay. One of the things that I think a lot of people in the world don't understand today is that different countries have their own different, you know, cultures. Well, that's obvious, but I mean, like, different countries have their own customs and their philosophies, their religions, their outlooks on life, you know. And if you don't respect other countries, you know, if you don't respect other countries' cultures, how do you want other countries to respect your country's culture? God damn, that was a tongue twister. I'm not gonna say that again. Go back and replay it if you want, but I'm not gonna even try to say that again. But the point is that if you want respect from somebody else, you have to first give it, you know. Nobody earns respect by not giving it first. Doesn't make sense that way, unless of course you're rich and famous, and then people just fall in line anyway. But that's not the point right now. What I'm trying to say is that the more you open yourself up to learning about a different country and how they behave, how they act, how they talk, and how they perceive others outside of their own space, you know, it's going to be, you're going to feel much better on the inside, and it's also going to help other people do the same for you, you know. So whenever you see somebody doing something that you consider to be Well, look at that. My neighbor's dog is so cute, but this is not the time to be barking, dude. Oh, but he's so cute with his little wagging tail, oh my god. Anyway, so he's one of those cute little French doggies, looks like a poodle. But anyway, so, what was I trying to say? I completely forgot. If it's very easy for us to look at a different country, you know, with their customs and make fun of them, you know, it's really easy to point fingers and make fun of something that is weird to us but is normal for them. I am guilty of this, you know. There are certain countries in the world that I do not want to visit because of this, like for example India, you know, that they have some very, very, very odd and bizarre customs and beliefs that I just can't fall in line with, you know, but there's a solution for that. Just don't go and visit, you know. I try to not make fun of them, you know, but it's really hard because some of the things that they do is, but I understand that it's a very populous and poor country, you know. It's really complicated to even talk about sometimes, but still, it's just one example among many, you know. We can look at a culture that's so much different than ours and ridicule them, you know. Here in the Western world, we actually use braces and go to the dentist to straighten our teeth, but in Asia, they do the opposite to make them all crooked because it's actually considered attractive there. So every country has their own, you know, beauty standards, you know. So it goes on and on and on. The rabbit hole goes really, really far. I try really hard to respect as many different cultures as I can, but sometimes it is tough. I understand that, you know, you might go through this, you know. So a country has something that is so freaking weird and strange to you, you know. It's like they are literally aliens, but that's just the point, man, you know. That's why it's important to have cultural respect or appreciation, whatever the term is nowadays, you know. But that's basically the point. And I don't really know what else I can say. I just wanted to kind of cover this topic really quickly for you guys here, although I kind of fumbled the ball a little bit at the end because there's a dog barking, although he's so cute. I cannot get mad at this dog. I can't show him because I don't have the owner's permission, but oh my god, he's so cute. I cannot get mad at him. If I open the door, he's gonna come and play with me. It's gonna be really cute. But anyway, so I think I'm gonna wrap this up here, guys, you know. I don't think there's anything else that I wanted to cover, so yeah, the important thing here, the important takeaway from this video, always respect other countries, cultures, customs, traditions, people, beliefs, religions. Even if you don't agree or think that they're not, you know, normal, respect. That is the one word that you can take away from this video, respect, all right? That's the message that I wanted to get across to you guys today. So anyway, let me know in the comments below what you think about this, if you thought it was an interesting topic, if you want to have a little debate, you know. I promise I'm going to start making better vlogs and not just these concept ones. No, it's just that I'm a little short on time lately, but I'm going to try hard to give you guys better content soon, okay? And that's it, guys. And also, if you happen to like this video, please go ahead and give it a like and also subscribe to my channel because I release videos every single day. And while you're at it, hit the notification bell too so you can know exactly what time I upload, and it is all good. This is Chazzy signing out for now, and as always, I will see you guys in the next video. Roll the outro screen respectfully.